doctor finds woman's unborn twin living inside of her brain. The 25-year-old, Olivia Jackson, was very ambitious and an independent woman. Olivia is living a good life. Then what is so unusual about her? She had no clue about the whole situation right from her birth. Soon, she was going to experience something very much terrifying and mysterious. The young lady started experiencing some strangest symptoms. Her changing behavior made her very concerned and anxious. Olivia faced some brain difficulties and congestion. Apparently, she had never experienced such things in her life. She was very much disturbed and started wondering whether she had started developing a neurological illness. Astonishingly, it turned out to be right. Olivia, a 25-year-old, first started to experience such symptoms in October 2015. Similar to any other adult, Olivia initially ignored the symptoms and took things lightly. As time passed, her brain functions got worsened until she knew that it is an underlying medical issue. She was facing difficulties in focusing on her lectures. Besides this, Olivia was facing unusual fatigue, persistent headaches, and sleep problems. The whole situation got aggravated when she started losing her memory and couldn't recall what was taught in her classroom, or the items which needs to be mentioned in her grocery list. Soon, while spending time with her friends group, Olivia found turbulence in understanding what people were saying and felt harder while responding to the conversation. With continuing issues and the only way to find out what was actually wrong, she decided to visit her nearest neurologist. She made a list and took appointments accordingly. Surprisingly, her condition was rare and was not easily detectable. Olivia visited many of the neurosurgeons on her list, but even the neurologist found her situation confusing and offered her only conflicting opinions. With growing anxiousness and concern, she realized that she needed to consult an expert who can diagnose her condition. After a long wait on the list to find the perfect doctor, she finally came across an exceptional rewarded neurosurgeon. Dr. Mark Lee was working at Los Angeles Skull-based Institute in California. The remarkable person was not only the founder of the institute but was also extremely well known among all skull-based surgeons. Dr. Mark is considered a pioneer in the field of medicine. Lee's revolutionary modern methods are much minimal invasive and yield better results for patients. Soon, she was going to realize that it was the right time and best of her decision to approach the doctor. Dr. Mark answered all her questions about her illness and also explained to her about his operation method called keyhole surgery. But why an explanation about surgery? Were things so severe that Olivia needed surgery to get her illness cured? Her world got shattered soon after she knew there was a TR in her mini brain. What is more astonishing is that it was not an ordinary TR at all. Dr. Mark said, seeing in his entire career it was the second time he was experiencing something terrible like this. The neurosurgeon later describes it as teratoma, the embryo of her unborn twins. Teratoma is the rarest type of TR which contains completely developed tissues and organs. Such cases are observed in only 1 in 500,000 people. The most terrible and rarest teratoma was called the fetus in fetu. Olivia's case was one of them. The terrible theory of the fetus in fetu explains that the remains of the twins were unable to develop in the mother's womb and which were encompassed by the body of the surviving child. What unborn twin in her mini brain? That's impossible to believe. Olivia, after hearing the issue and having twins in her mini brain, was flabbergasted and went speechless. The 25-year-old couldn't believe that the teratoma was growing inside her right from her birth. Olivia never had a clue until she experienced the symptoms in her recent time. Fortunately, the teratoma in her mini brain was curable. Olivia had undergone surgery and Dr. Mark was successful in removing the abnormal mass with his expertise. The surgery was done by using a minimally invasive method. Soon after the surgery, Olivia gradually started to restore her cognitive and mental functions back to normal. The doctor told her that her twins were not evil and it was benign and had no further indication of growing into another major disease. Olivia's case was nothing less than a miracle. With the major support from the doctor and medical marvelous powers, the case worked in the favor of the young lady. Thanks to God, Olivia is now healthy and working towards achieving her future goals.
I ain't good up in these streets cause niggas know I spit the facts. They ain't think your boy was hot but I struck fire like a match. In my pocket like a closet cause I got a lot of racks. Russell like his bitches thick and his blood super fat. And I like my bitches bad and that ass super fat. Got a lot of cheese on me but I don't fuck with rats. When you doing something they like, they talk down behind your back. Smiling in your face but you know they ass mad. I ain't talking about Chanel when I'm looking for a bag. I ain't the type to cross you over making plays like Steve Nash. We ain't beefing on no social, get your issue in a flag. Niggas got that funny money, type of shit that make me laugh. You the type of nigga mad cause a nigga hit your hoe. I'm the type of nigga in my bag, ain't worried about no hoe. I be clean every day, I swear to God I do the most. I'ma holler at my nigga, we link up and get some more. Big rocks up in the alien lights with Dayton's on the chain. Long shackled up my feet and that shit taught me major game. So much picture boy be flipping, everybody know my name. I be laughing at y'all niggas like y'all on some country Wayne. I be flying in a bitch, I feel like a paper plane. I can't trust none of these hoes, they be lying on my name. Try to get this dick, you gon' try to tell a nigga man. Taking pictures of a nigga, hoes fucking up the game.